We gather in the cosmos bright. Stars and ships take flight tonight. In the void where dreams do play. Soul citizens lead the way. Borders fade in nebula's light. Unknown worlds will chart tonight. Through the galaxy we soar. Endless journeys at our core. Borders fade in nebula's light. Unknown worlds will chart tonight. Through the galaxy we soar. Endless journeys at our core. Starry roads in endless skies. Soul citizens we rise. Charting courses never lost. Together the verses crossed. Squadrons call on the horizon. Battles fought, our hearts aren't frightened. In our ships we face the dawn. Soul citizens carry on. Oh, planets spin and light years fly. Boundless space where hopes reside. Brotherhood in every star. Soul citizens, here we are. Borders fade in nebula's light. Unknown worlds will chart tonight. Through the galaxy we soar. Endless journeys at our core. Starry roads in endless skies. Soul citizens we rise. Charting courses never lost. Together the verses crossed.
And greetings. Welcome to our premiere episode of Soul Cinema. I'm your host, Fastcart FC. Today is Saturday, June 13th, 2026. And Soul Cinema is where we highlight artists, animators, cinema actors, editors, what have you, of cinema, and get their thoughts with regard to producing their project. Today I'm joined by the stars of EE Studios. Welcome you two. Please introduce yourself and state what you do for EE Studios, starting with Nate and then Kim, please.
First of all, thank you, Fastcart. I love you, and it's good to see you again. Soul Citizens rocks. I think you guys are the heart of the community. I'm Nate. I'm the lead producer at EE Studios. I'm the guy who started EE Studios, and then with the enormous help of all our many members and people who support us, have been able to make a bunch of movies using Star Citizen as the medium.
Cool.
And my name is Kim Ellis. I am Nate's wife, and I'm also an actor. I voiced the character Ava and a few other characters, actually, in different Machinima episodes. So happy to be here and good to see you, Fastcart.
Thank you again for being here. It's good to see you too. It's been a while, right? It's been since Vegas.
Yeah, it's been
So
a minute.
no, almost exactly a year. Well, 11 months basically. But yeah,
That's
it's been
right.
a while. So before we get started,
Hard to
I
believe.
wanted to ask you how's your week been so far?
Well, I'll let you start, Kim.
Oh, my week it's been great. I started a new gig and yeah, it's been great. I love where I work. I'm in like health and wellness now. But yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
the film industry where we both are coming from is not in good shape, as a lot of you may or may not know. It's kind of in a transition. So we've pivoted to other things as sort of on the side, with Kim doing what she's doing. But then I'm back to flying helicopters again. I used to fly in the Army, so actually I'm teaching people how to fly helicopters in the hot Arizona desert, and it is hot. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from about 115 degrees
I was going to
and
ask
bumpy
you.
air.
That's Fahrenheit for people who don't know, but yeah, 150. That's about Vegas in July.
It's hot. It is hot. It's hot, it's bumpy, and it's a little bit crazy with people learning how to fly helicopters. So
Oh my goodness.
I literally am just coming, like literally right before this, I'm coming from that. So
I don't know
I'm
what
glad to be here.
I don't know what your insurance premium is like. I don't want to know what your insurance premium is like. So that's cool.
Yeah.
People wondering about me. I haven't been playing that much Star Citizen lately. I've been, I have Forza Horizon. Oh, one of the great things about this past week was we had the Summer Game Fest. I don't know if you watch any of that. So there's quite a few games coming out that I'm interested in, especially Final Fantasy Revelation and Final Fantasy Resonance, which is a remake of Final Fantasy One. I'm looking forward to those. So yeah, that's been a highlight of my week, and I'm getting to see you two again. So yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Likewise.
So before we get into the stream, my understanding of this is before that, let me go over the format. So we had an introduction, which we're just doing now. Then we're going to watch the video in question. This will be the Huxley Group episode 1. And then we'll have questions at the end of the video. So that is the format that people can look forward to. But before we do that, I wanted to say this is the continuation of Overclock. What went into the decision to call this Huxley versus Overclock 2 or Huxley 3 or what have you?
Yeah, so that's actually a good question. Overclocked is a movie in verse. So when I made Overclocked, again, I didn't intend to make a whole movie or 2 movies, actually, like feature-length movies. And when I was done with those with the team, I wanted to do more with Ava, but I wanted to. She couldn't be a robot like she is. Spoiler alert: she can't be a cyborg anymore. So I was like, okay, Overclocked is actually a movie that real life Ava plays herself in. So in the Huxley Group world, that's the real Ava. And in Overclocked, that's just a movie that she plays herself in the verse in the movie. So there's 2 different timelines there. So Huxley Group is literally real life verse Ava, and Overclocked is just like a gig she did to help pay her way through flight training and all that other stuff. There's like all this lore crisscrossing.
So it's almost like a multiverse. There's different versions of Ava running around.
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
Cool. My understanding, this is a collaboration between EE Studios, HubNet, and MedRunner. How did that come about?
Well, we worked with HubNet a lot in the beginning. We really like Zark and what he does, and we realized he's building a community. So we were in there for a while, helping grow that community and create a positive, loving Machinima community. And so when I made Huxley Group, HubNet was helping us with people making the projects. And then I always thought MedRunner was really cool. I really respect them. They're very, they're consistent. They're consistently good. They're organized. And so I thought it would be cool to reach out and see if they wanted to do a collaboration. Long story short, their leader was really on board with it. And they were really great to work with. We did most of their stuff for episode 1 in I want to say maybe 3 hours. But they were super supportive, and they've been supportive ever since. So we have a very good relationship with MedRunner, and we love MedRunner.
Cool. So I just put the link for the EU Studios for YouTube in chat, and you should have that on both YouTube and Twitch. And I also have the video that we're going to watch pinned. But before we do that, I just want to say I'm wearing a red shirt in honor of our, Star Trek. So if anything happens, I'll be the first to go. Just letting you know. So we got to protect you both at all costs. Okay. So yeah. So let's get the Machinima going. This is about 14 minutes long, and we'll grab a drink and have a snack and have a watch. So let's switch this. And yeah, I'll switch to that later. But yeah, let's get started, shall we?
Some people think I'm a bitch. They can be. Maybe you would be too. Orphaned as a kid, growing up on the streets. I feel like I've come a long way, especially now. 10 years of service, Special Forces Green Beret, citizenship. I survived. It's what I do best. Embrace this suck. Don't get too comfortable. And push. Ava, 1 more mile. 1 foot in front of the other. I can't turn it off. Thank God for alcohol.
In this first lesson, we will review essential phrases that can be used in a variety of unsavory scenarios. Phrase 1. Fuck off. 족가. 족가. Phrase 2. Ah, shit. 아, 씨발. 아, 씨발. Phrase 3. Do you want to die? 죽을래. 죽을래.
Green light, boss.
Motherfucker.
Let's move, Nine Tails. Sooner we get this slab transferred, sooner we can smoke our share. Hurts, doesn't it?
We're just workers. Why'd you shoot us?
Because sometimes workers turn into soldiers. It's a dangerous business, mate. Nothing personal.
My little girl. I needed the money.
What you needed was a sidearm, mate. Boy, fish. You ready to become a man? Put this slug out of his misery and make it quick.
Airspace is clear.
Cuddy on the deck's already loaded with slam. Trusty, let me know when your team is up so we can take it off their hands.
Ground team's up. Ready for infill.
Roger, inbound
30 seconds.
Please. Don't kill me.
I don't got no choice.
Please.
Medical beacon activated. Please remain calm. Help is on the way.
Are you crazy? Now we're both screwed.
Everyone deserves a second chance. Kid.
Fine, but you can't stay here.
Attention all units. Tier 1 alert. Threat unknown. Houston, Grid November. Alpha 351527330.
The hell?
Hey, boss, we got something on the scope. Coming in hot.
Deal with it.
Last man. Your show.
Corsair, this is Med Runner. State your purpose.
Be advised, we've got Med Runner on site.
Cody Red and a Redeemer. I'll stall.
Hey, Med Runner. I'm actually a VIP client. You guys want some extra cover?
Thank you for choosing Med Runner. We are responding to a medical emergency. Any interference will be met with lethal force.
Ironic.
Anyone tells you use Med Runner? No, but their victims do.
Let's go!
Line in sight, IP inbound. Before landing checks complete.
Ground team's ready for infill. Your door.
Roger, 30 seconds.
Stay with me, buddy. They're almost here.
Wheels down, clear off.
On the go. Holster your weapon, citizen, or you will be shot. Drop the weapon. Do it now. Last chance.
Shit.
Let him go. Let's move in.
Copy that.
All active teams be advised. Armed suspect departing the POI on foot, heading northeast towards the structures.
We've got one more coming your way, boys.
Copy. Insight. Fuck. Oh, shit. He's on the cutty, boss.
Fuck. Word it. I'll pin him down. You're just a baby.
You're hot.
Corsair, this is Med Runner. That cutlass contains contraband material. The authorities have been alerted. We must remain on station until they arrive. Please clear the area.
We got this kid at gunpoint. Just say the word, boss.
Take him hostage and burn for orbit. I'll cover you. Let me know when you're ready to launch.
Ready.
Punch it.
Come on, baby, come on.
Today's your lucky day, kid.
I'm not so sure about that.
Fuck. Come on, man.
Give me some sunshine, Trusty.
You got it.
Holy shit.
Hang on, kid.
You gotta be kidding.
Come on, baby. Fuck.
Trusty, break left in 3, 2, 1, break. Trusty, burn for
Swapping nav mode. Crossing jump altitude now. Spooling.
Better hurry, dude.
Looks like we're good, boss.
Power plant just shit the bed. Gotta put her down, boys.
Need a hand, boss?
Negative. Head back to the hideout for now.
What about the kid?
Give him a beer and get him talking. It's more valuable than the drugs.
You got it, boss. We'll save a cold one for you, too.
I'll be in touch.
Terrain. Pull up.
Yeah.
Sheba!
Where are we?
That's classified.
죽을래.
And we are back. Gonna mute that. There we go. So yeah, we're back. Before we get into our questions, I just want to say thank you for our subscribers, thank you for our followers. I missed the person who subscribed first, so sorry about that. But following Remnant Card, thank you for the follow, and Tudus Gacko, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. And Starjump Grum, hey, how you doing? I'll give you a shout out real quick as soon as I get into the questions real quick. So now that we've watched, is there anything you want to say before we dive into the questions?
From me or Kim?
Either of you, yeah, please.
Kim, go ahead.
It was great
Okay.
rewatching the episode just now. I haven't seen the episodes lately, and so it was a nice revisit, and it really just reminded me of all the behind the scenes, all the work that Nate put into it, because I get to see it right next to me or right in front of me. And I'm always just amazed at how much work and effort go into making Machinima. So yeah, it was a nice little visit to the past.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. I was gonna say for me, it's like I get the first of all, what's up, Starjump Graham? I love you and I miss you. For me, the feeling I get watching these again, because for those of you watching who haven't seen these, there's 8 episodes of Huxley Group, and then there's 8 of Overclock. So this is just the beginning. It gives me the feeling of like when I was a kid playing with action figures.
Mm-hmm.
Like you make up these characters and you go and you have these adventures, except for this, it's not as fun as playing with action figures until it's done. But then you get to watch it and kind of go back into that like fun world again of these adventures we create with these characters, and it brings the verse to life. So it's just fun to. I also get a lot of I get a lot of happy memories watching this, and a lot of like headaches, like remembering the headaches of dealing with some of the problems, the many problems that come with making Machinima.
And that would be a good topic to get into, some of the headaches. But let me before we get into that, I want to give people a warning that the questions maybe jump between technical and casual. I'm just letting everyone know. So yeah, what were some of the problems that you got? I know that's not on the list that I gave you, but you mentioned it, so I thought that'd be a good jumping off point.
Some of the problems, well, I can tell you, doing anything with, well, first of all, I saw For Science. I love Bonds and For Science. They're in there too. Really talented guys as well, and they make great machinima. We've done some crossovers with them, but doing anything with FOIP is a real pain. So when you do this motion capture stuff in the game where you can do the mouths, it is painful because you got to reset the mouth every time, and I'm puppeteering the characters' mouths over pre-recorded performances. So I have the voice actors do all the voice acting first, and then I go in and do a rough cut of the takes I like best to build the scene, and then I get in the game with my friends. And either it's just me or me and other people with FOIP. I film them and we do the FOIP over the pre-recorded performances. That alone is so painful. And then when you're out there shooting and someone falls through the planet, or you're flying along, someone lags out and they crash into the ground because they lagged out, and then suddenly all your props are gone. Or sometimes we...
A real quick follow-up question. How often do these issues occur when you're trying to get everything just right?
I mean, every session there's something. And then one time we were out filming, and then other players show up. And so you have people attacking you. So you have to then mobilize the group into a defensive posture, or excuse me, I just burped in front of everybody because I'm like, it's like acid reflux coming up from remembering the stress. Luckily, I have a great team. The people that show up, they know it's like we're serious, because I can only take about 2 hours or 3 hours of focused effort in the game before I need to take a break. So we have a good group to go in there and get stuff done. But sometimes we actually filmed during 318. Some of Overclocked during 318.
Oh, no.
And that was the one episode we had a guest director. So our good friend Jake Foley, who actually does the voice for Fish and others, he actually guest directed that episode. And so I was like carrying him because he was dying through 318 trying to get that done. And my rule is the game is always going to kick you in the crotch. So just get in there and do it. You can't say, oh, I'm going to wait for the patch to do this. I'm going to wait for this. No, you just got to get in, because there's always going to be some problem.
Otherwise you would always be waiting, right?
You would never get anything done. So just get in, be organized, be clear, give direction, have a vision, and just get it done.
Thank you for that. That provides some background, so it's not easy what you're saying.
No, it's very hard, but with a good plan, a good vision, and good people, you can do it.
And Curtis Gatko, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Thank you. I have another question that I really want to ask real quickly. I start with Kim first. How many times have you seen episode 1 now?
How many times? At the top of my head, maybe like 10 times.
10 times. And Nate, you were the editor and producer and everything on this. How many times have you seen episode 1 in its full form?
Episode 1 is Nate. It's like my DNA. Every fabric and fiber and part of it is I'm in there somewhere.
I forgot to say this at the beginning, so sorry, folks. But if you want to ask a question, you can use the token on Twitch to ask a question. We may not be able to get to everyone because we are on the time constraint, so apologies for that. But if you want to ask a question for Nate and Kim, just go ahead and put that in. So one of the other questions that I wanted to get to is, did you record your voices in a studio, or were you just using a mic on a PC? How did that work?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the stuff that we do at home, like with Ava, we have a Zoom H4n digital recorder, and we use that. We go in our closet and where it's like a sound booth, and we just record her line.
Yeah.
the bathroom if there's enough towels in there to absorb the acoustics.
Wow.
Or if the cats are in there with us, their fur absorbs the acoustics. But oftentimes I like to include people just that are from the community. Some of them are voice actors. Some of them are just regular Huxley Group members, and they're not voice actors. And so what I do is I'll get in Discord with them, and I will record them off my computer through Discord, and I will give them direction. And that way, you can run it through some programs to kind of smooth out the sound and make it. And you can also filter like voices going through helmets. You can have it a little bit crunchy. It doesn't have to sound crystal clear. So we kind of get around it like that. But I like to work with voice actors and just regular people from the community. I think it makes it more special. And so we record a little bit on Discord, and we record a little bit from people sending me professional recordings that they do at their home studio. And then we have our own little recording device at home we use for Ava's stuff and some of my stuff.
And that's a great segue to my next question, because you say you have an audio source from a variety of people and software and stuff like that. So what software do you primarily use? Like, what do you use for video editing? What do you use for audio editing? Houdini, DaVinci, Vegas, Reaper?
I do everything in Premiere Pro. It's a one-stop shop. I do everything from my editing, my color grading, and our sound design all in Premiere Pro. And then I use subscription services, Artlist.io and Epidemic Sound. I get a lot of the sound effects and a lot of the music from those sources. And then that's about it. Everything's in Premiere Pro, and I use a subscription service for that. I've used Premiere Pro for years. I've used a bunch of video editing software through the years, and I just love Premiere the best for this.
Premiere Pro allows you to do noise, not noise canceling, but getting rid of noise and audio and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I actually go in. I have to do a lot of work on the sound. I do a ton of these episodes. 50% of them are sound design. So I go in and I'm like changing balances and fading things in and changing reverbs on different. Like if a shot is closer to Ava, her voice will have less reverb. And if it's further away, I have to go in and build in a little bit more reverb to make it sound right in the space. So I'm doing all of that in Premiere using their audio editing stuff.
Dang, okay, that's a lot of work. Thank you. Do you have the game on one PC and record on another, or do you do everything on one PC?
It's all on one PC. I used to have an ultra-wide screen that made it a little bit easier to kind of see, but usually I just go in and I film, and then I take all the footage, I organize it, and then I bring it all into Premiere, and then I start chopping away and start editing, all on one screen, one computer.
All right. So this is a more casual question. I'm not sure which of you, maybe both of you participate, but how long did you spend in the Character Creator creating Ava versus other characters in the Machinima?
So Ava originally was a combination of me and Kim. And so when I first made Ava was when I made Overclocked, and it was sort of like I just sat there one day and I kind of tried to make my face and Kim's face in one face. And then I would ask Kim, I'd be like, hey, does this kind of look like a little bit of both of us? And let's give her bleach blonde hair because that's kind of cool. It's different. And let's give her green eyes because that's sort of unique with Asian. How many half Korean people have green? Do you see that have green eyes? I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a lot, but so I don't know. I think Ava maybe took 30 minutes to make with Kim looking over my shoulder. Yeah, okay. Because I literally just was trying to make both of our face in one. But then it's actually the other characters fast. Like some of the villains, like Trent Murdoch, I actually spent more time on them trying to create characters that give off a certain vibe that match their personalities. And that actually was harder to do than Ava, because I had to think a little bit more about how they should look.
So how long did it take?
I mean, Trent, maybe at most an hour of sitting there tweaking stuff and then zoom in. Then it looks good. It looks really good in the close up, and then you go to the full body and it looks a little different. So you got to kind of like go back and forth and and tweak them. Actually, as the game has evolved too, I've had to tweak Ava because suddenly the skin texture that they've upgraded makes her look old. So I have to go in there and like start fixing it to try to make her look like she's in her early 30s and not like she's in her 50s.
Yeah, because there's definitely a
like,
difference between her overclock look and her Huxley look.
Yeah. So, and even her hair, like in Huxley Group, her hair is longer. And that was motivated off the live action short we did that Catherine, the actor who played Ava, that's on Dust right now, she had a little bit longer hair, and I kind of liked that for the real world Ava. So that's.
But then you have good time to plug. I put the link in before, but go ahead and check out their channel. I'll put it in there again. Yeah, go there, check out the live action. You have a bunch of varied formats in there. You have live action, Machinima. Well, not a bunch, but a few different projects that you have. I don't know how I have to look on there to see how many videos you have, but you have quite a few things on there. What year did it start?
We started during the pandemic, 2020. Okay. So when the world stopped, that's when suddenly I had the time to like pay attention to this.
And that's the same time Soul Citizen started. Soul Citizen started at the very beginning of the pandemic in 2020. So I'm with you there.
Nice.
I would imagine. Oh, go ahead.
I just said nice. I think that's cool.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I would imagine the production of the first episode or premiere episode take a lot of time. Then getting the second or third or sequential episodes are quicker to produce. How much time would you say was involved in getting from between starting prep for episode 1 to getting it on YouTube versus the later episodes?
So the average time for a Huxley Group episode or an overclocked episode is about 60 to 100 hours of work. And I try to do it all in a week or two. So like when I was working in the film industry, I'd have gaps where I would have time. I wouldn't have to necessarily go to a 9 to 5, for example. So I'd have periods of time where I had the inspiration and the support. I'd just jump in and spend 2 weeks straight, 10, 12-hour days, just grinding away and shooting these episodes and editing them as I go. The first episode's always the most daunting because you're as some of the people in the chat know that make Machinima, you're getting on the mountain. And once I'm on the mountain, I'm gonna finish what I start. So once I step on the mountain, I'm like, okay, no, we're on the mountain now for 3 or 4 episodes till I round it out. Now, honestly, Fast, when you get to the third episode, it's the hardest part. That's where you need to push, because you get to the third episode and you're like, oh, I'm exhausted already. And I still have one more episode to go. And I got to make sure I don't start like half-assing it. And then you get in the last episode and you get that win. You're like, okay, this is the last one. Let's go. And then, so I think the first episode's probably the hardest to do. And then the second one, you're like, okay, we're just in it. The third one, you're like, oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, we still have one more after this. And then the fourth one is usually the most ambitious because you have to have the finale, but you have that motivation that you're almost done and you can enjoy it and watch it all in a supercut.
And it's not like you can take a break, because if you take a break, that may turn into an extended break and you may never finish, right?
No, you can't. So you got to get in it and just stick with it. You got to have the discipline to just stick with it. Otherwise, you will never finish it.
Thank you. I noticed that this is a technical one, but I noticed the aspect ratio for this episode was 16:9. How do you decide what aspect ratio to present the video in?
Well, I wanted to just fill the window on YouTube. I think I've done cinematic letterboxing on other projects, and it's cool. But when you're in there shooting, just having the full frame of your monitor and then fitting that into a full frame on the YouTube video, I think is just, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, I just like the way it completely fills up the screen people are watching this on their computers and on their iPhones. I just think it maybe looks better.
Okay.
For that.
Thank you. So I got to bring Kim back into this. Hopefully I guessed this correctly, but is the voice of the language teacher at the beginning of the episode, is that Kim also, or is that someone else?
That was me.
So how many voices did you do in well, I guess episode 1, yeah.
In episode 1, just those two, right? The language teacher and then Ava. Yeah.
She plays the older Korean woman later on in season
Right.
2. But yeah, she just did those 2.
Okay,
Which one was the hooker? I'm like,
Oh, she does the hooker. That's right, in
the
season
hooker,
1.
yeah.
Ava,
That was
Ava,
my favorite.
I
Ava
cracked up
Huxley.
doing that one. That cracked me up so hard.
Kim,
was
do the
perfect.
voice.
I
the
had
voice.
so much fun. I mean, like, I am not afraid of doing accents when it's really about the character. So yeah, like, what did she say? What was her line? It was like "Big Tala Boom Boom" or something like that. And I had so much fun with her. Yeah.
Hold on, let me get my phone. I gotta put that on. Never mind. I'll do that later. So yeah, so you voiced quite a few of the actors, so that's good to know. How difficult is it to like separate to make them distinct for you?
Honestly, it was a little daunting in the very beginning. So I did acting, but I never really ventured too deeply into the world of voice acting. And then when Nate asked me to do Ava, I was like, okay, yeah, sure, that sounds fun. But then after doing Ava for so long, I was so used to just doing Ava that when he asked me to do, like the other lady or even the hooker, I was like, I don't know if I can do that well. Like, they're gonna know that it's me. There's another episode with a character named Erin too, and she
The
kind of has
alien.
like a high pitched voice like this. But anyway, so Nate encouraged me, and he was like, just do it. No one's gonna know it's you. And so I did my best to kind of either use like a higher pitch or like a lower tone. I played around with it basically. So it was like a playground. I felt like a little kid again. So it was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Good to know. It was a lot of fun listening to it too. Like I said, I cracked up during the hooker prostitute one. So that was
Fast.
great.
Yeah.
I gotta put Kim on the spot. I know she hates when I do this, but I know the fans. I know people in chat. Some of them were like it. Can you just talk like Ava? Talk like Ava right now.
This is not me. This is Nate. Okay.
Her whole body changes. Like she gets like this like pouty, like moody vibe.
I am so different from Ava. I know it. I always get a little shy when he puts me on the spot. I don't know. It's just like I use like a lower tone. She gets a little bitchier. It's like, what the fuck are you looking at?
That gave me goosebumps. Thank you.
She's like old angsty teenage Kim.
Old angsty teenage. Okay, I like the dichotomy of that one. That's cool. So I've noticed that it really sells a cinematic when the character controls the ship and the flight stick in the game. That must have been a conscious choice before recording. So to tell us about that.
Well, I mean, a lot of it is in the moment. I'll be like, we should see how she's working to fly the ship. It's part of the experience. The ship is very much a character. The rig is a character in Huxley Group, her Corsair. There's a whole story behind it that I haven't really told yet. But I think as a pilot myself, to see the work that's going on for these people manipulating these controls and like the sound of the ship creaking and like the straining and like all of the visceral experience of putting someone in that world, like in the cockpit with her, I think is important for the story. It puts the audience in her world. So instead of just seeing her face flying the ship, seeing her like pulling back on the stick or like pushing the throttle and working the controls to kind of hold that ship in her sights and hearing the creaking metal and all that, I think it really is more immersive is really all it is.
Thank you. In the middle of the video, it's coming up on it now in a bit, but in the middle of the video, you have a cloaked hangar. How do you decide when to add something that's not available in the game for story reasons?
So I try to do that very little. I like to just use what the game gives us. But I think occasionally it's okay to sprinkle that stuff in. And I thought, okay, Ava basically through connections was was basically given the deed for an abandoned Hathor underground storage site on Daymar, where they would take maybe volatile materials and store them at this special site. And then I thought, wouldn't it be cool if the site was like hidden, like in Batman and Tim Burton's Batman, when they drive into the Batcave when he's got Kim Basinger in the car with him, and they're driving into a wall, and then the wall opens and they go into the Batcave, like it's like a hidden secret place. And then this is never explained, but it's a hidden cloaked hangar because it's where they stored their most valuable stuff, and they never wanted anyone to know where it was. And so Ava, of course, says, well, I never want anyone to know where my main base is. I need to get my hands on this place. And that's a whole nother story there to tell, that we could show how she got to this, like how she got this underground cloaked, hidden, abandoned Hathor valuable storage site as her hideout. But anyway, basically the answer is I have all these other ideas that give meaning to why the things are the way they are. That could be whole movies in themselves. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, we need a cloaked hangar, though. That's not in the game. So my friend Jake, who voices Fish, he actually did the VFX on that. I got a picture of a hangar in Lorville, and then I gave it to him. I shot the plate that at the same angle, and then he did the effects and made it look like it was fading in and out.
Good job. Yeah, it looked like something that should be in the game. It could be in the game, but we all know it's not. Well, people.
I wish it was. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Maybe someday. Maybe CID will take some inspiration and add that. But I mean, Cloak. Yeah, that won't be in for 1.0. Definitely won't be in for 1.0 for a while. So thank you for that. Any new ship that you're looking forward to filming with? Like I imagine, like maybe the Raylan might be cinematic to film, or would such an alien ship not fit within this story?
I mean, it all depends on what the story calls for. I think the Raylan is a really cool looking ship. I think everybody is into the Endeavor. Was that the one with the big domes with the gardens and stuff in the domes?
Right. Yeah.
The thing with the ship like that is you can use that for other locations. Like instead of just being the Endeavor, you could say that Ava is in some kind of bio garden on Daymar for some farmer person that she knows, and that's part of the story. Like we use ships and bunkers all the time to sell like their other locations, like the Huxley hideout. It's in the hangar, but it's also, we use other places to sort of show different parts of what the hideout is like, but really we're in a bunker somewhere, or we're inside a ship with an interior that I like. So the answer is, am I excited? I'm really excited about any new ship that comes out, because I look at the ship inside and I say, hey, this could look like it's some kind of underground corridor at a secret site somewhere, and we could have Ava have a shootout in there, even though people who play Star Citizen know when they see it, they're like, oh, this is the inside of a XYZ ship. The Ironclad. Someone mentions the Hero mentions the Ironclad
too. I was gonna say the same thing. The Ironclad might be perfect because it's Drake, and it's the Corsair Drake also.
Yeah, so you can make the Ironclad. You can show parts of the Ironclad and be like, this is what the hideout looks like outside of the hangar. Maybe there's these corridors and there's bedrooms and there's like storage areas, and maybe there's like a shootout in there, or you can have a shootout on an Ironclad. So I don't know, man. There's so many. The possibilities are endless.
And there's two Ironclads, so you can do one for one and do something for the other. So yeah, cool. Exactly. So here's a question for both of you. I'll go with Kim first. What is a question or topic that you are seldom asked regarding this project that you would like to tell us about? Like, what is something that you're seldom asked that you wish people would ask more about? So starting with Kim.
Not too sure. Question that people seldom ask that I wish they asked. I'm blanking out on that one.
I think something you can talk about, Kim, is sometimes you actually come to me and tell me to change a take, or you'll tell me as someone who knows Ava, you'll be like, she wouldn't say it like that. She would say it like this.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes, I feel like I know Ava so well now. I feel like the character of Ava has developed with both of our input. And it's kind of been progressing over the different episodes and, with Overclocked even, and then with Huxley Group. So yeah, he would, give me the lines, and he gives me the lines in advance, and I would read over them, and I'll kind of imagine like, okay, what headspace is she in? And then as I'm saying the lines out loud, and I have to say it out loud because it really helps to like hear how it comes out. And sometimes it just doesn't sound right. And so I'll go back to Nate and we'll change the lines together.
Or she'll even change the what is written. She'll say, Ava wouldn't say that, she would say this. And she's done that a couple times, and it's a collaboration. When an actor begins to own the character, they end up knowing the character almost better than you do sometimes. And so there's been a few lines that some things I've written and Kim will go, no, she wouldn't say it that. She wouldn't say all that. She would just say this one word, or she would make a sound, or she would do a look. And I'm like,
won't
you're right.
say anything at all. Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't say anything at all here. She would just stare. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Thank you.
So it must suck when you write this beautifully written soliloquy for her to say, and Kim just said no. She would just say this one word.
Honestly, Fast, when she says that stuff, it usually resonates. I'm usually like, you're right, because usually I'm doing so many other things. I'm like, no, thank you for that, because I shouldn't have written that much.
Sometimes, like when you're in that zone and your creative juices are flowing, then you sometimes maybe write too much. And it's like, okay, maybe less is more.
Less is more. Film's a visual medium, so show first, tell if you have to, but you should be able to make. When I was in film school, the first project that we had to make, they forbid us from using any dialogue. They said you have to tell a story visually. So we had to use camera angles, pacing, lighting, camera movement, and obviously actor acting without words to tell a story. And the point was, words come last. Like everything else happens first, and then the words come if you need them.
That's good to know. Thank you. I mean, people who know me will know that for sure. Less is more is a lesson I will never learn. So this is the last question for me before we get to our Q&A. Any projects coming up that you can tell us about?
Well, nothing on the plate yet, but when something does happen, it usually happens really quick. Like I could say that now, and then next week I have another episode coming out. It's like it all depends on like inspiration, timing, and availability. But I would like to tell the story of the rig. Like, what is the rig? Why? Where did it come from? Why does she fly this like bucket of bolts that's covered in graffiti? I think that's sort of that might be an interesting story. I also want to focus more on the people in Huxley Group, the actual people in our org that are actual members of Huxley Group. I'd like to see their stories more and expand more on their characters, with Ava as sort of a supporting character. So I'm kind of hoping some of them start making their own machinima. But yeah, that's sort of where we're at right now.
And I know, Kim, you say I don't want to say, maybe I don't want to put hot words in your mouth. Hiatus would be a good word, or you're not in it?
Yeah. I am taking a bit of a break. I'm focused on a lot of other things. I mentioned the health and wellness gig earlier, and then I also venturing on some of my own little creative stuff with writing and yeah.
Okay.
So acting has become more of like a side thing. I'm still open. I mean, since I'm in Arizona now, auditions have really died down a lot. But my love for acting will never, disappear. Like I will always have that passion. But it is true that the industry is changing so much, and there are less and less opportunities for like the rest of us. And so it's okay. It is what it is.
Yeah. All right, so we have a few questions from our Q&A. If anyone adds more questions, we'll stop me at these three. So just let people know. This is from Pot and Space. Hi, Kim. How and why did you get into acting? You make it look so natural. Was it hard work for you?
Great question. I got into acting. I took a random acting class. I was a school counselor at the time. So I've changed careers a few times already. And I took an acting class. I fell in love with it. I was too scared. And Nate was like, just go for it. If not now, when? And so if it weren't for Nate's encouragement and support, I probably never would have even started acting because I didn't have a background in acting.
Okay.
And I also thought this was back in like my early 30s, and I thought I was starting too late. Everyone starts when they're younger. But the reality is it's never too late to start anything that you want to do. And I'm so glad I even started. I've been in that world the past 10 years now, and I have met so many amazing people. I've had so many amazing, adventures and experiences being on set and worked on a lot of cool projects. So if I had to go back and do it again, I 100% would absolutely do it again. But that said, it is hard. It's it's hard because you have to be comfortable being vulnerable. I think that was the hurdle that I had to overcome, and like most actors have to overcome in order to truly give that natural performance.
Thank you for that. Here's a question for Nate from Pop and Face. Nate, I love how cinematic your shots are. Do you organize them or do they just happen?
Well, first of all, hi, Pops. The shots, so I go in there and I have shots I know I need. Like, I need this, I need that. And then I do what's called coverage, where I shoot close-ups, mediums, wide shots, master shots. And then in the moment, based on what the game is doing to us, I might catch something and go, oh, let's catch the shot of the planet over here. Or, oh, let's get a shot of the ships flying through this valley that looks really well lit. And so it's a combination of plan, shots, coverage, making sure we have everything covered, and then in the moment grabbing stuff that really in that moment looks right. So you might see a shot of a ship flying with a planet in the background. That probably wasn't planned. It was probably in the moment I said, let's grab this shot because it looks really cool and maybe we can use it.
All right, cool. Thank you for that. And here's our final question from Headshot Hero. Question for Nate. How's the flying and training experience going for you now compared to when you were flying from the military?
Well, now I'm flying with civilians at different levels. So in the Army, I was doing Army things, but now I'm flying with a lot of veterans, actually. But I'm flying with anyone from people who don't know anything about flying to more experienced pilots who are at different stages. And I can tell you right now, it could be a little scary when you got someone in there who has no clue what they're doing and they're still learning. But there is a massive feeling of joy when you see them break through and have little breakthroughs and accomplishments. I think that's just a teacher in general. If you have a student who is learning and growing, you see improvement and overcoming challenges, and there's a lot of challenges when you're learning to fly helicopters. It's a whole new feeling that I maybe haven't ever experienced before. It's like it's like a good feeling.
Thank you for that. That's all the questions for so far that we have today. So let's start wrapping up. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for people in chat and YouTube and Twitch for being here on a premiere episode. Let's say what we're having coming up next. So yes, tomorrow, Sunday, 8 p.m. Well, it's 8 p.m., but we start at 7 p.m. for the This Week in Star Citizen portion. But different is better. Basically, we're talking about ships, vehicles, and gameplay. Sometimes how you may not experience stuff that you play in other video games, but how that may be better or just different sometimes. So yeah, check this out. That's it, again tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. for that portion of the show. But yeah, that's June 14th, 2026. I do not have a date for the next Soul Cinema, but it should be at our regular time of 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 6 p.m. UTC. So stay tuned for that. And thank you again for being on our premiere episode 1 of Soul Cinema. We did it.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We're honored to be here. We love Soul Citizens.
And I
Me
already
too.
put
Thank you so much.
thank you for
Happy
being
to be
here.
here.
And I already put the link in chat, so I put it in there again for people to check y'all out. Especially your live acting stuff. I thought that was cool. That was. Can you believe it's been 2 years since you done that? Since you put it out, put it that way.
Yeah, it's been a while. But we were lucky to get to do that.
Cool. So, closing. You want to become a Soul Bro, Soul Sis, or Soul Mate? Soul Citizen memberships have the privileges. Click the join button below on YouTube. You want to follow us on social media. We're Soul Citizens with an S on the end everywhere. We sell merchandise, like a new shirt I'm wearing right here. You click on the link below for that on Twitch and YouTube also. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, follow, depending on what platform you're on, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live. And we're going to raid Atmo Esports. Atmo Esports have a event going on right now. Let me see what it's called real quick. Yeah. Gravity Rush 2956 Final. So that's been going on for a while, but hopefully that'll be enough to enjoy for y'all. Let me hit that right now, so just get started. There we go. So thank you all again for joining us, and I hope y'all have fun. Peace, love, and soul.
Bye.
Peace.